Co-production is one of those wonderful things that sounds like it should be easy, and it really isn't. It was something we always wanted, and we've worked quite hard to try and achieve it.
So I got in touch with somebody who was involved in student welfare at John Beddoes School in Prestine. I said, look, here's our project. I can come and do a demonstration, like an assembly for the kids. And she put together sort of like a little cohort of kids. And so I started going to the school and working in after school sessions with these kids and like slowly encouraging them to explore the ideas themselves.
It's just too much at the beginning. It's just too overwhelming. They're not used to doing it. How often do they get to go into school and say to their teacher, actually, I don't want to learn about that today, let's do this? And then they're working in a field that they don't know what the possible is. They don't know what we might be able to do.
Immediately when they think heritage, they think museums. They struggled. They couldn't define what heritage meant to them. They couldn't tell me the heritage of their local area. So really, I just explored that for a few weeks and gave them different creative sessions. And then really just sort of sat down and did some basic project management training. I said, look, here's your budget, but now it's up to you guys. And just let them play with it, really, and let them have that space to explore with them in control. And they really struggled with that for a good week or so, with the idea that it was theirs and that they didn't have to keep checking back, can I do this? Can we do that?
Actually, as the groups have gone on, as they found out more about what they can do, about the resources around them, about the ideas, they've become a lot more confident in putting their own ideas forward for what they want to do.
The first or second thing I went to was a archaeological dig up at a raw upland farmhouse. And it's sort of turned the tables on the traditional model of involving youth projects in heritage. We were actually leading the project with the advice and support of the heritage professionals rather than the other way around. We're in the process of finalising a book that's going to be published about this site.
The Unloved Heritage crew helped us with our Pennebryn Barracks project. They sort of had their own little side project within our wider project. They were recording a rock cannon. And it was fantastic. So it gave them a real sense of ownership. So they totally owned this part of the project.
Well, I said to them, what do you want to present? They had this idea of a PopUp VR experience. And we knew that the whole VR concept would be really tricky and challenging. And we let them explore that for quite a while to sort of see, well, what's possible and what's not possible. And they came to realise that, oh, we'd love to do things like this, but actually for our audience, it's not very accessible. If you put one person in a room with a headset, what's the rest of the family doing? They sort of like self-modify their ideas, which was really interesting.
With the help we've had, I don't feel like anyone's ever taken over our project. It's always been us, but it's never been us and just us. It's always been us and someone else helping us and co-working with other people and getting result from it.
Listening is absolutely key. You have to have an idea about where you're going, but you've got to be flexible and be prepared to take a tangent, but remember where you were going and then rein it back in. That it didn't have a definite set outcome. It's terrifying, but it's also really exciting.